Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for the end of a long day here at Manning Field. Lynn English is trying to get Lynn on the winning side. Lynn Glasgow got shut out by Revering Girls, Greater Boston League. Kip was shut out in their game. So English, the third game of the night, is going to try and get Lynn at least one win here at Manning Field. But a very busy day, 3 soccer games, and behind us on the baseball diamond, we had soccer practice. We've got Fisher College out there having their workouts, waiting for their season to start. So Manning and Fraser are both being used virtually every day, every night, almost 52 weeks a year. 2 great facilities that colleges would like to have. And the young Lynn people are very spoiled as English gets it going. English in the maroon and Medford in the white. English looking for their third win. They're 2-5-2. They knock it deep, looking for a break. And they clear everybody away so that Lucas Deus Golden in net for Medford can come out and get it. Nice little shift around by Albanos. Hit to the middle. Medford picks it off. Medford is 6-3-1. A little bit of a difficult time getting here. It took them almost an hour to get here from Medford. And I told the coach it could have been a lot worse if you were coming at 4 or 5 o'clock. Lacardi gets it to the middle, knocked away. Medford knocked it out. Lacardi put it in play, and it bounced off English and out of play. They throw it very deep. Pass got blocked and knocked out. Medford trying to center it. It got blocked and knocked straight up in the air. And Cardona, who's in net, Byron Ramirez Cardona, came out and caught the pop-up. And English will bring it back upfield. And they get knocked out. English will get to throw in. Trying to knock it deep. Medford picks it off easily, knocks it upfield. A volley knocks it upfield. English trying to get through the defense. Gets taken down, and English will get the first free kick. I think that was Morales trying to go through a couple of defenders that got taken down. And now from just inside the 35-yard line, English lost it. Medford got a head on it and knocked it away. And heads it away with another head. The English knocks it even further. People getting heads all over the place. O'Valley kept it upfield. Lacardi with it. His pass is picked off. Sliding takeaway. Gomez Lopez got taken down. Medford looking for the shot. Big time save by Cardona. He had to reach up and get a hand on that one. I think that was Kendi Blaze, who looked like he was wide open, ripped the shot, looked like it was 1-0 Medford. Cardona came up with a huge play, got a big hand on it, and knocked it away. And now Medford, looking for the break, was offside. So Medford gets the first legitimate chance, and Cardona in net for English takes it away. And they knock it deep. He gets headed even deeper. English looking to walk in. Medford knocks it away. And I didn't think it went out. I think they called contact against English, trying to get around the defender and get the ball back. So Medford will kick it away. Off the Medford's head, popped in the air, headed away again. Medford collecting, and get knocked down as they knocked it off English. And Medford's going to get the first corner kick. Medford got a head on it, but just knocked it down. English knocks it out. Medford will get the throw in. English heads it away. Medford looking to get it back. And they knocked it in. It went by everybody. And coming up and getting a head on it. Medford kept it in. They made the long pass from the far side and right out in front. I'm going to guess that it's Robinson Mark. He's the only one that doesn't have a number. And it was 15 that knocked it in. He's the only one on the roster without a number, so I'm guessing that he's number 15 because there was no other 15 on the roster. So we'll call it Robinson Mark. Medford gets on the board. O'Valley knocking it up. English keeps it alive down that far side. Behind the back action, Memphis is going to let it go out of play. Another beautiful day, nothing but blue skies all day and up in the 80s. And even now, it's virtually in the 70s. It actually feels a little bit cool based on the 80-degree weather during the day, but it's still a very nice night. We got a few fans here on a late night here at Manning Field. Goes off English how to play. So giving that goal to Robinson Mark, he could not have been in a better spot than he was in. that long kick coming to the net looked like it was going to go by, and there he was sitting right in the exact spot right in front of the net, and he got his head on it and deflected it in easily. And that gives Medford the 1-0 lead. Medford's going to get called for contact as they trying to get control of the ball and couldn't. English boots it away. English keeping it alive. They take the shot, but it goes wide left off the foot of Coelho. Substitution for the Bulldogs. Bodies go down. Inadvertent. They went right over the back of English. I think that was Danny Lopez they went over. High bounce. Medford knocks it ahead. Bodies go down. The English body went down, but the Medford player was saying, we should get a free kick. He went down, but he was blocking me. Long kick again. Medford takes it away. Medford looking for the long kick. Cardona's going to let it go out of play. Just made it. He came out of the net. He was going to go get it. There was a Medford player coming after it. And he kind of blocked the Medford player away, and he went and got it. He didn't let Vincent Roach get to the ball, and it went out of play. And Cardona will kick it away. Liccardi looking for it. Medford, they're the Mustangs. It's the Mustangs against the Bulldogs. They boot it deep, and English is going to let it go out of play. Now they can't because of the white shirt there. Cardona has to grab it. Either way, they would have kicked it away. He boots it high and deep past midfield. English knocked it down, but Medford controls and kicks it back the other way. English knocks it up and knocks it out. Liccardi broke it up, and Liccardi knocked it out. Substitution for the Mustangs. Danny Lopez kicks it to the far side. They dump it ahead, and English is way offside. That goes off English. That was off Flores. They knocked it deep. Medford was offside. It's going to go out of play anyway, but they were offside. And the Medford player wound up going down into the netting behind the net. I think that was Vincent Roach. Velasquez will kick it away. Got a big foot. He kicked it deep. Bounces by everybody. Medford's going to kick it out of play. If it knocks it deep to the far side, they're not going to get there. It's going to go out. Substitution for the Mustangs. And a sub for English as well. Having going on, just trying to get possession. He finally banged it upfield. Morales looking to get it. Defense from Medford knocks it away and out of play. English gets taken down. And we'll get a free kick. Right about the 20-yard line from a little bit of an angle. Now they move it further away, almost to the 25 at a little more of an angle. They kick it down the far side. They try to center it. Medford heads it away. McCarty and Coelho keep it in. The shot from long range goes wide right. Danny Lopez with the kick. Out past midfield with the kick. Flores got a foot on it. Romero bangs it off a Medford player. Now Medford takes it away. They tip it ahead, and it's Flores knocking it out. Medford will get the throw in. Now they're calling it off Medford. Medford was getting ready to throw it in play. Morale is broken up. Medford knocks it the other way. It skips through. Medford was almost in a position to get a shot. It skipped right through, and it wound up at the foot of Medford, but they couldn't get control of it. And they wound up knocking it out. Now English knocks it out. Medford will get it down deep. Headed by Medford. On the ground, they can't get it. They got the shot off. And luckily for English, they shot it right into the midsection of Cardona. It was right there in the middle of everybody, and Medford got a foot on it, but they knocked it right in to Cardona. Flores hustled, took it away. Liccardi trying to pass it upfield, has it blocked. I think it was Matthew Randazzo who got that shot on net. English can't get around. Medford took it away. They knock it deep. English gets there first. I think that was a volley with a nice defensive play. Kicking it deep. And it got knocked out by Priera. As we're halfway through and counting this first half, 1-0 Medford. Headed to the net, and McEachran. I think I said Golden it, but it's Finnabar McEachran who's in net for Medford. Liccardi has it taken away. Medford knocks it deep. It's a foot race. Roach gets there and knocks it to the net, and before anybody can get there, namely Kendi Blaze, for Medford, Cardona gets there and knocks it away. And now it gets knocked out by the Bulldogs. Right at midfield, the throw-in. Headed up and away by Medford and kicked out by English. Throwing down deep again. Liccardi got a head on it. Medford got a head on it. They pop it up toward the net. Cardona will grab it and boot it away and gets it well past midfield. And Medford knocks it out. Danny Lopez very quickly throws it in. Liccardi gives it back to Romero. And Lopez trying to bring it up. And cut kick deep by Albanos. English pops it ahead. English with the shot. Nice bid. It was going under the top crossbar, inside the near post. And McEachran made the save. Body's going down all over the place. That shot, I think, was by Alfredo Pablo Lopez. He's a guy that gets involved in so many happenings out here for the Bulldogs. He's all over the place. And I take it back. Now that I see it, it was Kenneth Morales. Headed away. Medford keeps it in. They throw it out in front. Cardona goes high in the air, grabs it, and he'll kick it away. Medford gets a head on it, and it gets knocked out by Pereira. And we'll get a substitution for English. Luis Angel Lopez. We mention every time we do these games, we mention there's 4 Lopez's Hamilton Gomez Lopez, Danny Lopez, Alfredo Pablo Lopez, Luis Angel Lopez. They moved Medford back with that throw-in. And actually went off the head of Flores. It looked like it was going to go out of bounds anyway. But Flores got a head on it, and Medford will get the throw-in at midfield. And headed out off the head of Randazzo. I'm not sure what they're doing now. The two officials are getting together for something. It's nice to see two officials who are officially doing their job. I mean, they're on top of the play. We've had officials where the play on the near side was down around the 10-yard line. You look for a call, and the official is back up 50 or 60 yards away. They don't move. And it's tough because there was a thing on Channel 4 the other night. High school, they're running classes to teach young people in high school to be referees because they need them. They don't have them. People don't. The money is pretty good, but nobody wants to do it. And some of the guys that are doing it are not really doing it. They're staying at one end of the field while the official on the other side is down to the far left side. The one on the other side is to the far right side. And they're not even in the same time zone when they're making calls. And now you see two officials who are right on top of the play. One official is, when the play is down, he's out on the field, not walking up and down the sideline. He's actually within shouting distance of the play. So the other official, after talking to the official on the near side, went to talk to the Medford coach, and we're waiting, and I think we're finally, going to get back to soccer. I don't know what that was all about, but they stopped in the middle of the play and had conversations between themselves, the officials, and had conversation with the Medford coach, and nothing really happened. I mean, there wasn't anybody thrown out. There wasn't a yellow card. There wasn't talking to from one of the players. There was no player down. They just stopped it for a couple of minutes for apparently no reason. I'm sure they thought they had a reason. I just couldn't tell what it was for. So we're finally back to soccer. Medford punches it out in front, headed away by English, and now kicked away by English. We got contact, and Medford's going to get a free kick. Just about the 30-yard line, a little bit of an angle. Everybody milling around the 10-yard line. Everybody picking a partner. They line drive it. Medford actually got a foot on it and stopped it dead. Danny Lopez bangs it upfield. It got tipped. Morales trying to get there, and he got shaded away by the defense. And McGecken came out and grabbed it. Martinez almost looked like he was going to go get it and walk in alone. English got a foot on it, but Medford winds up with it. And English takes it away. Can't get a shot off. They're forcing him way wide. The pass knocked away by Medford. And English is going to get a corner kick. And we'll have substitutions again. This time for English. Corner kick coming from the near side. Everybody looking to go to the net. Medford heads it away. English got a foot on it. It was going to go wide left and out of play, but Medford kicked it out and kicked it out to the English bench. English has it knocked away. And he almost let it go. English almost was able to tip it out in front. There was a red shirt out in front. But at the last minute, McGetkin got over and grabbed it and kicked it away. Down the near side. Roach tried to center it. Medford tried to get position to get a shot. Couldn't. Now they settle for a pop-up out in front. They try to line it up. They misfired on the shot. It bounced too high for them to get a good shot off. Vincent Roach was right on the doorstep. It came right in his lap, but it bounced high, and he couldn't really, he's still angry at himself for not banging that one in. But it bounced high, and he couldn't really get a good shot at it. And a long time after the player got knocked down, they blew the whistle. The play went on for a little bit. Then they blew it, and Memphis is going to get another free kick from just inside the 25 from the far side. They got it wide of the net. They headed it out in front. Medford got a foot on it. And English blocked it. That's Koala. Medford throws it out in front again. They headed it, but they headed it away. The shot way wide off to the right side. Medford putting a lot of pressure on right there, but they knocked it wide right. Substitution again for English. English can't get around the defense. Medford trying to let it go out, and they're going to give it to Medford. Mixed up the numbers. I've been talking about Vincent Roach on the near side. It's actually Keiki Dosrius, and it was Vincent Roach who had that shot that went wide. So it's hard to read the numbers. It looked like 17, it was 27. So straighten that out. Velasquez kicked it away. Medford kicks it back. O'Valley knocks it up. Headed away by Medford. Medford heads it, and Medford gets leveled as they went to go by. And he looks at the official saying, "What about the call?" They didn't get it. They were looking for it. They take the shot, it hit the top crossbar, and English knocks it in. Hamilton, Gomez, Lopez. It looked like English is going to come away not in great shape. It hit the crossbar. It bounced back, and there, sitting on the doorstep, was Hamilton, Gomez, Lopez, who banged it home, and that with just over 6 minutes left, just over 8 minutes left, English has battled back to tie it. We got a timeout with the score deadlocked. English 1, Medford 1. So English has fought back to tie it up. And now English gets taken down. They'll get a free kick. Perfect position for Gomez Lopez. As I told you, there's 4 of them. But Gomez Lopez, that shot hit the top crossbar, bounced out. He was in perfect position to knock it home. Let's see if that gives English any kind of momentum. English gets tackled around the 15-yard line. Loose. Medford just knocked it away before English could get a foot on it. So they're calling some and they're letting others go. Medford just kept it in, and he banged it off English and out. English lost a tough game here the other night. They lost 3-1 to Malden. They had a 1-0 lead. Malden only got 3 shots on net. 2 of them were breakaways. They scored on all 3 shots on net. And they came from behind and beat English 3-1. And English is going to get called for contact at midfield. I think it's Sandro Davetta taking the kick. No, it's not going to be him. I think it's going to be Matthew Randazzo. Boosts it high to the net. English got a head on it. Medford got a head on it. Everybody getting a head on it. The ball finally hits the ground, and the shot was going to go wide left and out of play. Cardona reached up and grabbed it. That was the ball that hadn't hit the ground in a long time. English trying to get by, and it goes out. Lopez takes it to the middle, drops it back. Gave it to Albanos, who pushed it up, and Medford picked it off. Here's Romero picking it off. Romero finally gives it up to Danny Lopez. Lopez trying to squeeze it through. He got knocked down. He's looking at the official saying, "Where's the call?" He didn't get it. He was down. He looked up at the official and saying, "They took me down." Pereira with the throw-in. They get it to the middle, push it down the far side, and he pushed it by the defender, but he pushed it too far. The defender took it away. Now English pass across, and Ovalle going to get the ball gave a little extra nudge to Blaze. And Medford will get another free kick. This one's going to come from right at the 30-yard line from dead center, just inside the 30-yard line. Medford got a head on it, but they knocked it the wrong way. Lopez knocks it away. Danny Lopez knocking it deep. Medford's there to block it. Lopez takes it away. Danny Lopez. Ramiro back to Danny Lopez in the middle. Trying to make the pass that got blocked by the defense. Ovalle with it. They push it ahead, looking to walk in. They call him offside. English saying no. Agachukwu. Try to say that 5 times fast. Final 2 minutes and counting. And now they're giving a yellow card to Danny Lopez. He's still upset, I think, over getting knocked down and not getting the call. And he was still going after the official, and the official just threw the yellow card out. He'll go to the sideline. We mentioned before, you don't want to get too many of those, because if you qualify for the state tournament and you have too many yellow cards, you can't compete. Skips past everybody. Cardona just got there ahead of Blaze. Boots it up, and it's going to go out of play. So time winding down. English got back in it with a rebound off a shot that hit the post by Gomez Lopez. They tied the game at 1 after Medford led for most of this first half. Another free kick coming from just inside the 30 from a tough angle. They don't take it. They try to go deep. English picked it off. English doing a little too much one-on-one in front of their own net. They're giving it away. They finally call. English, all they had to do was kick it upfield. They were trying to go too much one-on-one. And now they give Medford a chance to get the lead at halftime with a free kick coming up from inside the 20-yard line. All they had to do was kick it upfield. Time is winding down. You don't want to give up a goal now. Everybody fakes it. One takes it. They dump it down, and they shoot it way out of play. A little too much trickery on the Medford side. 2 fake kicks, and then the kick, and he only kicked it to the corner, and he kicked it out of play. So they didn't take advantage of that free kick. Cardona will kick it away. And while they're doing that, we look down, there's an English player down at about the 5-yard line. He's getting up, and he's walking around, so I guess he's okay. He tells the bench he's okay. That's a volley. Now he signals to send in a sub. He'll go to the sideline. He's jogging to the sideline, so we're assuming he's okay. And Cardona knocks it out. And they went through all that. They could have blown the whistle a long time ago. They blow the whistle for the other half, so Medford scored early in the half. English scores late, and we're right back where we started, dead even. English won, Medford won at halftime. We're underway in the second half of a 1-1 game here in Greater Boston League Boys Soccer. English taking on Medford. Hard to believe. I'm trying to figure out where the basketball and hockey seasons went, and we're getting to the middle or later for the soccer teams and the football teams. Won't be long before we'll be in the tournament time. Just about a month away. It seemed like yesterday we had the Lynn City tournament. It skips past. They threw it behind Blaze. They bang it off English. It goes off Coelho. Right by everybody. Lopez knocks it to the middle and gets taken away. Skips past everybody again. Medford got a foot on it, and he knocked it into the English bench area. Half left in this long day. Non-classical girls shut out by Revere. Kip girls got shut out in their game. English trying to get Lynn a win. And we mentioned all the activities. Field hockey and soccer and football practicing over at Fraser as bodies go down. Lopez went down. He looked like he was going to get up. Now he's up. And he's really favoring that left leg. Now he's back running around. Seems to be fine. In fact, he's galloping now, so he looks okay. That's the one problem I have, because I never know whether these young men or young women are really hurt, because they go down like they're never going to get up. And this year, I think more than any year that I can remember, we had people carted out of here. We had one night football, we had the ambulance actually came into the ballpark and was parked behind the visitors on the other side and carted, I think it was a Lynn Tech player, out because he was down on that side of the field. And there was an English player early in the season. There was a soccer player. There were, I think there's at least 4 that get put up on the gurney and carried out and brought to the hospital. So you never know whether they're actually hurt or not, because that case, it looked initially like Danny Lopez was not going to get up. Then he not only got up, but he started running around like nothing happened. So sometimes they're just trying to get a call. We got a free kick coming up by Danny Lopez. Hit the top crossbar. It went over the head of McGecken. And he probably said, "Oh no," as it went by him. And then he said, "Thank you very much," when it hit the crossbar. The last time they hit the crossbar, the rebound was there for Gomez Lopez to knock in the net. Gomez Lopez gets around, finally has it taken away, and it goes out, and they're calling it off Lopez. And it's got a couple of feet on it. Danny Lopez. And now we have a little pushing and shoving and whacking. They were down on top of each other, and Arthur Nanka didn't like what was going on, and they're going to get him and Lopez together to settle the issue. They wound up, Lopez was down, and Bragnacca laid on top of him. They still didn't solve the problem. I think the official might have thought he did, but he didn't. And then all of a sudden, pushing and shoving, maybe a punch thrown, they finally straightened it out. Lopez already has a yellow card. You don't want to get any more. They pop it up, loose. Medford winds up with it. English takes it away. Taken away by Abdurrahman. English trying to knock it deep. Medford pops it straight up in the air, and it gets a foot on it and knocks it away. Block. Medford player goes down. Another Medford player goes down. Cardona got a piece of the shot, but it went in anyway. Everybody, bodies going down all over the place. Meanwhile, upfield, Medford gets close. And they knock it home. We're crediting Ken Ray with the goal. And Medford has their 1-goal lead back. It was strange because everybody was looking back upfield because the bodies were going down everywhere. And they finally got in close, and Cardona tried to get it. Went up over Cardona's hand and under the top crossbar and into the net. Meanwhile, everybody was looking at 2 or 3 Medford players that were laid out. Cepeda finally has to give it up and knock it back. Romero knocks it deep, headed away by Medford. They knock it deep. Medford comes away with it. And they have to push it back to get it started again. Off Zepeda, he knocks it back. Coelho with it. Dumps it off, they pop it back to Coelho, he gets a foot on it. Couldn't get it to Liccardi. And finally gets knocked out by Medford. Very quickly, Zepeda puts it in play to Coelho. And bodies go down. And they're going to get a free kick. And Zepeda will take it. In the middle. England's got a foot on it. Couldn't get it to the net. Medford cleared it away. Romero keeping it in. And Romero gets knocked down. And English will get another free kick from just inside the 25-yard line. Liccardi will take it. And he got it right dead center, but too much foot. They went up over everything. Over the net and out of play. Substitution for the Bulldogs. Medford will kick it away. Put it back by Romero. Put it back by Medford. Long lead pass. Trying to center it, looking to get around, just knocked it away. I think that might have been Blaze who just pulled it around the defender, and then the defender stuck a foot out and knocked it away. That was, might have been Velasquez, it could have been Awali with that defensive play. Coelho has to knock it back. Awali got a foot on it. Medford knocked it too deep, trying to get control. It skips past everybody. Medford will knock it deep. English gets a foot on it, and they're able to keep it in. Liccardi will collect. Down the far side. Gets tripped up and taken down, and English will get another free kick. There's bodies going down everywhere in this non-contact sport. From just about the 25-yard line of an angle, Liccardi knocked away by Medford, carried away by Medford. Pushing it by. Yeah, we're going to get all kinds of contact against English. It's Medford's turn for a free kick. Just outside the 10-yard line from an angle. They got a head on it. It's loose. And they knocked it in. They got a head on it. Cardona looked like he had it. And when he had it, he lost it, and it rolled right by him, and it went into the net. We're giving it to Robinson Mark again. He got the first goal. Number 15 got the first goal. And there is no 15 on the Medford Mustangs, but Robinson Mark is on the roster without a number, so we have to assume that it's him. And all of a sudden, Medford gets some breathing room as they have a 2-goal lead, as it's 3-1 Medford over the Bulldogs. That was strange because the free kick, it got banged around. They just kind of nudged it right to Cardona. Looked like he had it easily. And then all of a sudden, he dropped it. And Mark just barely touched it, and it went off Cardona and into the net. He almost got set up for another one. That was a little lower. Trying to get another shot, blocked by Liccardi. And now the shot goes over the net and out of play. Bouncing around, they almost got another one. I think that was Mark again. Substitutions for the Bulldogs. So English not protecting Cardona out in front of the net very well. Not clearing the ball away. Cardona just kicks it upfield to Cepeda. Gets it to Coelho, back to Cepeda. Looking to kick it deep. Medford pops it up. Liccardi got a foot on it. Medford comes away with it. Danny Lopez winds up with it. Knocked ahead. Medford is the only one back there. And he knocked it to the middle of the field. Bodies go down. No call on that one. So they're calling some, they're not calling others. They get it clear across field to Cepeda. Coelho. And get knocked out by Mark. You can tell Mark, if it is Mark, with his bright orange shoes. Substitution for Medford. Cepeda will look to put in play as English makes the substitution as well. That looked like it went out, but they didn't call it. Liccardi winds up with it. Trying to center it. It got blocked. He gets it back. And got knocked out by Davida. Medford knocks it out again. Cepeda will put it in play again. From one side to the other, Medford knocks it away. And here's Romero trying to knock it deep. Medford will knock it to the near side. Now they knock it back deep. And he knocked it all the way back to the English end. Takes a big hop, headed by Medford again. And they knock it, and it's going to go into the net, and that's Mark again. High bouncing ball, nobody could get it. It bounced. Cardona came out, left the net wide open. And as he come out, he got it down almost with his knee and knocked it into the open net. So he's got a hat trick. Those bright orange shoes are getting it done. And there might have been a little extracurricular activity afterwards. So with just under 23 minutes left in this one, Medford has opened up a 4-1 lead. We got a timeout down in the field. Coming out of the timeout, Medford with a big 4-1 lead, and the way things are going, we might have to call the cops at the end of this game. It's getting a little bit. It's usually physical anyway. They call it a non-contact sport, but that's ridiculous. There's banging going on, especially if the ball's up in the air and two guys coming together, both trying to get their head on the ball. Invariably, they bump into each other. But there's a lot more physicality to this game than they thought there was going to be. And this game, especially now, as bodies start coming together and people start getting frustrated, you get a call, you don't get a call, you're losing. English had a shot off the post, couldn't get a break. They tied the game at 1, but they really haven't tested McEachran here in the second half. Almost lost it. Zepeda keeps it in. Pass a little bit behind Morales. Skip by Danny Lopez. Morales has it, gives it to Lopez. Dumps it off. Shot from long range. Kicked it way high and off to the right, a long way away, out of play. Substitutions for Medford after English just made a couple of substitutions. Medford will get to kick it away as they're closing in on halfway through this second half. A big second half for Medford. English tied it late at 1 apiece and looked like they had some momentum going to the locker room. All of a sudden, Medford has put 3 on the board. And English has a big hole to dig themselves out of. They knock it deep. Medford's going to get there first. They bang it across out in front. English got a foot on it and knocked it away. Knocked out by English. Medford will get a corner kick. Fisher is finally ending their workout over at Fraser, so the work at Fraser is all done after a long day. English clears it away. Danny Lopez with it. Knocks it deep, looking for Liccardi, breaking. Defense from Medford is there to knock it away. And the English player got run over, and the official said, no damage. I'm sure the English kid doesn't think that. Danny Lopez dumps it to the middle, up to Liccardi. Blocked and taken away by Medford. They knock it deep. Romero was there to knock it away. Now they knock it deep again. Cardone will play it wide right of the net and gets a high, big boot way past midfield. Liccardi winds up with it. Popped it up. Medford heads it away. English breaks it up. And Medford picks it off. English breaks it up again. And they call English. And English can't believe it. They took the ball away, but inadvertently there was a trip, and I think English thought they were calling it against English for the takedown. They called it against Medford. The Englisher was complaining to the official, like, what did I do? Not realizing that they called it against Medford. And Velasquez will get the kick. Drills it to the net, headed away by Medford. Zepeda got a head on it. Lopez couldn't get around the defense. And Medford knocks it deep. They try to block, and then they take down the Medford player. Velasquez was not going for the ball. He was looking to interfere with the Medford player. And then the Medford player, Mark, wound up sitting down on the 15-yard line. And they call it out off English. So they're calling some, they're letting some go. Hopefully that's not going to lead to any problems. Bouncing loose, English trying to head it away, Medford heading it back. They take the shot. It goes wide to the far side. Cardona picks it off and boosts it high and deep past midfield. Licardi with it. Knocks it deep. He was trying to send Morales in. Medford broke it up. English takes it away. And Medford takes English down. English trying to get something going. Knock it deep is going to go out of play. More free kicks as more bodies go down. Velasquez boots it away. Shot gets tipped, goes wide, and they're calling it not tipped, they're calling it knocked out by English. We're looking at Medford 6-3-1. They're virtually on the verge, and unless lightning strikes here, they're going to go 7-3-1. So they'd be closing in on qualifying for the state tournament, but it's really, you really don't know what the real qualifications are. I mean, it's totally different with the new system and going statewide. As he was making the kick, he came in contact with English, and the Medford player was flat down. It went wide. He's going to get up, and I guess he's okay. But it used to be you needed 20 points. If you played 20 games, you had to go at least 10-10. There was a possibility if you were 9-11, if there were an uneven number of teams, that they might allow a 9-11 team in the tournament. But now it's like the team that played St. Mary's last year in basketball, the girls, were 5-15. They would never have come close to being in a state tournament. But it was deemed that they played in a very good league. They played very good teams, and they got more points for losing games than they got for winning games. Like with St. Mary's, when Bishop Fien and Bishop Stang came into the Catholic Central League, those are Division I schools. And if St. Mary's beats them, they get more points for losing than they do beating some of the teams that they play down in Division II or III. So you never really know who gets in and what the record is, and it's a crazy system now. Everett football undefeated last year, didn't get a home game, wasn't in the top 8. Glasgow girls, I believe, were undefeated in soccer, didn't get a home game, had to go to the Cape to play a game. And I said to one of the officials from MIA, I said, could we have it like East and West, like the NBA or National Football League or the Baseball League? He said, no, it has to be statewide. And I said, it's kind of crazy because last year, Lynn Tech football team didn't make the state tournament, but they moved up a notch because the team that was ahead of them, number 16, didn't play enough games or didn't have for some reason, Tech was put above them, and they had to go take a 3.5-hour bus ride to play a football game. There was a girls' volleyball team that had to go to the Cape, take a boat across to the island, and then play the volleyball game. I said, who pays for that? One team had to go to the verge, the very edge of New York City to play a game. It's crazy the way they do it. It's nice to have one state champion, and then they cut out the games at the Garden in Boston, which was a great treat for the kids. Now everything is in Lowell. So it's strange the way the MIAA works. It's great to have one solid Division I tournament. It used to be north, south, east, and west. They booted up again. That was going in. Liccardi got a foot on, he knows right away. Coelho took the shot. That was going in the net. It got over McGeckern's head, and the defender out in front was able to bang it away, and he put it right on the foot of Liccardi, who just chipped it wide right. He had almost an open net. He could have got English on the board, and he shook his head and couldn't believe he missed the net. English somehow got that in the middle to Liccardi. Tipped it. Coelho can't get the shot off. He has to give it back. Zepeda tried to give it back, and he blocked it and knocked it out. And he knocked it off Deveda. English gets the throw in. Popped up Liccardi. trying to get around. He tipped it ahead, but Koala couldn't get there. And McGeckin will grab it and kick it away. McGeckin, we haven't mentioned, all dressed up in light blue like North Carolina. Even to the blue socks and the blue shorts. You have to have a different shirt for goaltender. But he's all dressed up in North Carolina blue. Long throw-in by the young sophomore, Pereira. English trying to clear it away, and they finally do. They get it to Coelho. Trying to knock it. That's a tough pass to make to the far side. Medford almost gave it away. They knock it up. Man, it's going to go out of play. So it's going to be back-to-back losses here for Lynn English as they're going to change goaltenders. I don't know if this is Golden going in, sophomore. Lucas T.S. Golden. I mentioned him as the goaltender first because I read the roster wrong. I think he's in there now as they take Pergecken out. We're time winding down here. But it's going to be two tough losses back-to-back here at Manning Field for the Bulldogs. And they're going to go to 2-6-2. And Medford's going to go to 7-3-1. And we don't know. We arbitrarily said it was Robinson Mark who scored the 3 goals because he was the only number that wasn't in or wasn't on the roster. His name was on the roster, but he didn't have a number, and he was the only one without a number, and there was no number 15. So we just said it's got to be Robinson Mark. I hope we were correct. I don't know if we were or not. We apologize to the young man with the orange shoes if we weren't correct, because the number 15 was not on the roster that they gave us. We're down to the final 5 minutes, which will be kept on the field by the official. So Medford will be 4 points away from officially qualifying for the tournament. And they got a bunch of games left to get those 4 points. And Cardona comes out and plays it on a big hop. And he boosts it high and short this time. Coelho got a head on it. Medford wound up with it. And he knocked it upfield, and he knocked it behind the receiver. And he couldn't keep it in. It went out. Oliver Klein tried to keep that pass. He hustled, but it was too far behind him. He couldn't get to it. Now they let it go. They let it go. It looked like they were going to kick it out. And then Golden finally come out and just dove on it as Coelho was there looking to get a foot on it. And it's booted away. So we're giving the goals right now to Robinson Mark. He got the goal in the first half to give Medford their 1-0 lead. English got a late goal when a free kick went off the top crossbar, and sitting right on the doorstep was Gomez Lopez, Hamilton Gomez Lopez, and he banged it home to make it 1-1, and it looked like English would have that momentum going in at halftime, coming from behind and tying it at 1. But then very quickly Ken Ray scored a goal. And then Robinson Mark completed his hat trick, getting back-to-back goals. Shot. Cardona got a piece and knocked it loose. Medford couldn't get a shot off. They were to the side of the net, almost out of play. They threw it out in front, and I think it was Romero who was sliding across and booted away and got it away from that wide open net. So the goal by Hamilton Gomez Lopez avoids the shutout for the Bulldogs, but they're going to wind up losing their last two here at Manning, as we're running out of time. They kick it deep, and it's going to go out of play. Gomez Lopez had no chance to get to that pass. That was way downfield. He was trying. DeVeda will put it in play. English knocks it out on Zepeda. And Medford will keep it where they want it in the English end, leading 4-1. Time winding down. DeVeda will put it in play again. Coelho has to give it up. Morales has it taken away. And English battling to take it back. And we got a call. And again, English turned around like, I didn't do anything. And he really didn't, because they're going to give the free kick to English. They called it against Medford. It always baffles me. The officials keep the clock. The game 4-1, the game is virtually over. And they let it go, and you don't want to see anybody get hurt. And you could call it now, and nobody would have any problems. English player went down, and they blow the whistle now. So Medford's going to pick up the 7th win. They'll go to 7-3-1. English will drop to 2-6-2. Hamilton Gomez Lopez got the goal to tie it at 1, but then 3 goals in the second half. 2 of them were crediting to Robinson Mark, who wound up with a hat trick. It's number 15 for Medford. We hope we got the name correctly, because again, Robinson Mark's name is on the roster with no number 15, so we assumed it was him, the hat trick, and it winds up a 4-1 win for Medford here at Manning Field. English will lose 2 in a row on their home field, and again, English will go to 2-6-2. Medford edges a little closer to tournament action as they go to 6-3-1, with giving Robinson Mark, or at least number 15 for Medford, a hat trick. So 4-1, Medford over English. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.